Okay, look, I understand the wipeout stuff. I don't really care at this point. I just want to kind of get this video done. I will be out of town starting at noon tomorrow, which is when you guys are going to be watching this. It's going to be Thursday, so I'm already out of town probably by the time that you actually see this. It's Caitlin's birthday tomorrow, so I want to go over there and see her because it just happens to be my off day as well. And then Thanksgiving is next week, and I hopefully will be able to upload on Thanksgiving, like actually film the video. Maybe not film the video, but actually I will be able to upload on actual Thanksgiving, but I will not be like in town. Like I will not be at home when I upload the video, as I said in the previous video. I feel a lot better. I'm working on a song for actually the next video. As you can see, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. Is this recording? Yeah, it's recording. Okay. I'm like, wait a second. I just want to explain like a customer service story that just happened recently this week. It was me. I was the manager at the time because my general manager was out that day. She came in earlier that day and she was already out for that day. And so it was me and my coworker who has been there like 4 months. She's one of my friends that I got her a job there. So she's been out. She's been there for about 4 months. It was just me and my coworker behind the line. I worked like at a sandwich place, like similar to Subway, but it's not Subway, and that's not like for like anything. It's literally, it's not Subway, but it's very similar. We make the sandwich, and this lady comes back like less than 2 minutes later. Okay, she comes back 2 minutes later. She doesn't speak English very well, which in the area that we are in, we have that a lot because I think I've said before in another video, we're like an hour away from Chicago. So we get like a lot of, like the farther east you go is more whitewash and the farther west you go is more of a mixed culture. So she didn't speak English that well, which again is not really a concern of us. As long as you can speak basic English to order, we don't really, we don't really notice it all that much. So she comes up and she goes, I don't know what this is. And she holds up something that's like sitting on top of the sandwich, totally out of place, totally something that me or my coworker would have seen when we handed her the sandwich. And so it's like on top of the sandwich. It doesn't have any like of the sandwich on it. It doesn't have any of the whatever. Like there's no mayo, there's no lettuce, there's no like meat, there's no cheese that's on this. It's just like laying on top. I gotta give props to my coworker because I'm like at a loss for words. I'm listening because she goes up to the coworker first. My coworker goes, well, ma'am, it looks like a used napkin. Like, and that's what it looked like. Because we have napkins out on the front line that we don't use. Okay. It's just for the customers and, like, they have green writing on them. So, this thing looked like a napkin that was, like, torn in half and used. And then the customer goes, yeah, you know what? It does. And then my coworker goes, ma'am, I don't know how it got there. Then the woman just looks at her really crazy. And then I go to her because she's wanting my coworker to give her a refund or to make the sandwich again or something. Like saying that it's our fault. And I go up to her, and because my coworker is just like at a loss for words, she completely froze. She didn't know what to do. And so I go up to her, being the person in charge at the time. I go up to her, and she's telling me all this, and I'm like, yeah, well, ma'am, I'm not sure exactly what you want us to do because we don't have napkins out there. And she just looks at us crazy for a second. I go, yeah, the only napkins that are available are out on the front line beyond our reach. And she looks between the two of us. She goes, oh. turns around and walks away. I'm like, oh my god. And we warned the crew too. Like, hey, you're gonna get a lot of people. It's around holiday season. You're gonna get a lot of people that, like, will try something like this. We've had before where they said that there was a hair in the food and it was, like, strewn across it, like, completely clean. And my manager's like, okay. It's like, hey, can everybody come up to the front line for a second and take off your hat? Because the hair that was on it was black, and none of us had black hair. The only person that had black hair was the customer. And so I'm thinking that that's what this customer did, because he had very dark black hair, and then me and my coworker, of course, don't have very dark hair, and my coworker is like a lighter, like, shade than I am. So, like, she knew that that wasn't going to work, and so she did that, hoping that we would think it, like, we threw trash in there or something. It was like, there was no way we could have missed that. Like, there was no way whatsoever. It stuck out like a sore thumb. It's like, there was no way, one, that was even possible for us to do, and two, that we wouldn't have noticed it when we handed it over. Like, me and her were both there, and, you know, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been there almost 2.5 years. So I know, like, we're the ones that I'm the one that made the thing, so I know. And, like, there was no, like, shift change or whatever. It was us that did it. And so there was no way that we wouldn't have noticed something like that. And plus, there was no way we could have even done that. Because, like I said, the only napkins that were available to us were out on the front line beyond our reach. And we do have napkins in the back, but there was no way, like, they are completely different. You can tell just by looking at them. Even looking at them from a distance, like, they're completely different. There was no way that they were the same, because, like, they're different textures and different colors and stuff like that. So there was no way, like, that was even possible that we did it. So it's like, either the mall, like, they thought that it was trash and they put the trash in there, which I don't see how, because literally it was 2 minutes from when she walked away. So, like, not even 2 minutes when she took her food and then she brought it back. So, like, be nice to people this holiday season. I know that, don't say, like, you know, it's sad that you have to work on Thanksgiving, because, you know, if you're in there, you're the reason that we have to work on Thanksgiving. But just, you know, be kind to people. You know, you have to realize we have a lot of, like, part-time people too, and, like, anywhere that you go this holiday season is going to have a lot of part-time people that just started, and they don't know, like, all the ins and outs. And there are some that have been there before, and they're, like, the ones that haven't been there for a while, that don't know all the in and outs, are going to be the most, like, and they're not going to get a whole lot of hours because they're just there for seasonal help. But the ones that have been there for a while and that are experienced run, you have to realize that we're running on, like, 5 hours of sleep. We're doing 12, 14-hour shifts, like, daily. Like, I'm working a 15-hour shift on Black Friday. So, not even, no, more than that. 17 hours. 17 hours, and I'll get, like, a 4-hour break in between. So, like, including break, I'm working 13 hours. Like, including a break. Like, if I took the break out, I'm working 13 hours. So, and I'm also working until midnight on Thanksgiving, and I have to be there again at 5:30 later that day. So I get, like, 5 hours to sleep and take a shower or whatever, eat whatever, and then be back in 5 hours. Do my shift for 7 hours, and then take another 5-hour break to eat and sleep, and then do another shift for about 7 hours. And then I get to, like, go home. I don't even get to go home, because by the time I would actually get home, go to sleep, and then I would just have to get up, like, 30 minutes later. So I'm staying over there, and then I'm leaving there at 10:30. I'll probably be in bed by 11, and then I'll have to be up again in less than 12 hours. I'll have to be there again in like less than 12 hours. And so yeah, we are like all the experienced people that you actually want like to help you are really like short-tempered. We're running on a few hours of sleep, very long shifts. We have been there more than we've been with our families. We are there and we're putting ourselves on the back burner, and everybody else that's actually, you know, energetic, that can actually, you know, probably help you, hasn't been there that long because they're just seasonal help. And so just be kind to all the retail workers and food preppers or whatever, or customer service people during this holiday season. I can't stress that enough. This will be my third holiday working, because again, I work in a mall, so I get like the retail experience along with the fast food experience, which is a very interesting combination because you are dealing with customer service, but you're also dealing with like different retail things and also fast food service as well. And so it like you get like a pretty full package when you're in a mall food court or like in a strip mall. And like being in a strip mall has its own like advantages and disadvantages as well. On one hand, you know, you have your own store. On the other hand, it's like you're a little bit more secluded, but so it's less likely that they'll come in. At the mall food court, you know, the people are already in the mall, so it's very unlikely they're gonna go out and then they're just getting something there. But on the other hand, you also are dealing with them. Maybe they had a bad customer experience at the mall and they're just coming here to get some food to cool down or whatever. And so you're dealing with the aftermath of that and whatever, and people being stressed for the holidays and being very, you are in like, our area is 500 square feet, 10 to 13 people on 500 square feet, and looking out, and they can barely even get food on a break because everything is so crowded. And it's just please be kind to people. And like, I can't stress it enough, you know, they're having, you know, a rough time. Some more than others probably, but they're making the best of it. They're trying to just make the best of it and do their job. And so please don't give them a hard time. They're just trying to do their job. They're just trying to get paid. They're just trying to, some of, you know, them maybe just get a little extra money on the side. Some of them, this is their actual income. So please don't try anything to mess with that. Please don't do anything that, you know, you wouldn't want somebody to do to you. And so please just treat people with respect. For Black Friday too, just please treat people with respect. I love Black Friday shopping. I haven't been able to go for obvious reasons, but I love Black Friday shopping. So just please treat people with respect, treat the workers with respect, treat each other with respect, and let's all have a great holiday this time. All right, and I will see you next week on Thanksgiving. Okay, bye-bye.